Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining Illinois Squash Sunday Yoga. We do live sessions every week, free for everyone to join. And we're really excited this week to have a special guest. Muryem Quadri is academic coordinator at MetroSquash and doing her yoga teacher training at Edge Yoga School. And so we're just really excited to have her to do a fun yoga flow for everybody. So we'll share the playlist in the chat and then get into something comfortable, and I'll hand it over to Muryem.
Good morning, everybody. All right, I'm gonna jump right into it. So if everybody wants to get into a seated position, and then find just something comfortable to do with your legs, whether it's crossing them completely or sitting on your legs, whatever feels best. And we'll start with pranayama, which is breath work. And so I'm gonna start with guiding everybody with a 3-part breath. And if you wanted to put one hand on your stomach and one hand over your heart, do a deep inhale, starting at the bottom of your belly and gathering up all of your inhalation. Allow that breath to move up to the rib cage and up to the heart. And once it's at your heart, allow yourself to exhale. And inhale again. This time arriving first at the heart, letting that breath float down to your rib cage and deeper again into the bottom of your stomach. And inhale. Continue just following that pace of breath at whatever makes the most sense for you in your body. The most difficult part of yoga is remembering to breathe. So if concentration is easier, close your eyes. Make sure that your tongue is resting off of the bottom or off of the roof of your mouth. Relax your eyes. Continue with that 3-part breath, inhaling and exhaling. And as you guys continue doing that, I have a passage to read from The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I want you guys to use this time to set an intention. And my intention is going to flow with this paragraph. So, love is unconditional. Fear is full of conditions. In the track of fear, I love you if you let me control you, if you are good to me, if you fit the image I make of you. I create an image of the way you should be. And because you are not and never will be that image, I judge you because of that and find you guilty. Many times, I even feel ashamed of you because you are not what I want you to be. If you don't fit that image I create, you embarrass me, you annoy me, I have no patience at all with you. I am just pretending kindness. In the track of love, there is no if. There are no conditions. I love you for no reason, with no justification. I love you the way you are, and you are free to be the way you are. If I don't like the way you are, then I'd better be with somebody who is the way I like them to be. In the track of fear, there is no justice. You make yourself pay 1,000 times for the same mistake. In the track of love, there is justice. If you make a mistake, you pay only once from that mistake. And if you truly love yourself, you learn from that mistake. Continuing on with one last inhalation and exhalation. Bring your hands and allow them to float down to the side of your body. And on your next inhale, raise up those hands up above your head. Bring your palms together. And allow your hands to come down into prayer. From here, I'm going to make my intention of class, which is I am enough. I am enough. I am enough to love myself. I am enough to recognize myself and appreciate myself and learn internally from myself. I am enough. And with that intention in mind, go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together in butterfly. From here, take your hands, if you're able, and clasp over your toes and flutter your thighs. And the goal here is to try and bring your shins and thighs down to make contact with the ground if you're able. If you're not, that's totally okay too. I'm not. Just feel that flutter and the opening in your hips. And on your next inhale, go ahead and release that right leg, opening it up, stretching it all the way. Stretch out those toes, flexing them forward in front of you. And bring your left foot to your right hip crease, cradling it in your hip. Inhale those arms up and slowly, with a bent back, lower your hands down and forward, coming into a forward fold. Reach towards your toes, but don't feel obligated to. Make sure you keep a slight bend in your back, not overextending your spine. Take one breath here. Inhale. And on your exhale, lift and lengthen. Bring that foot from your hip crease over the right leg and give it a good squeeze. Drawing it in towards your chest. Feel that opening all against the side of your hip and in your glutes. On your next exhale, go ahead and release. Flex both of those toes. We'll bring the right foot up this time to our left hip crease. Inhaling those arms up and over towards your toes. Reach. Take one more deep breath. And on your next exhale, rise and shift that foot over your left leg this time, squeezing it again. Oof, I don't know about you guys, but I'm very tight. It's a little painful. That's what showing up for yourself means. Go ahead and extend those legs one more time. Point those feet. From here, we'll bring our hands behind our back, making sure that the fingers are pointed towards the body, and lift off of your heels and raise up your body, letting your neck fall. Reverse plank. Become one straight line with active abs, engaged core, and lift yourself just a little bit higher. On an inhale, come back down. Raise those hands up and forward fold one more time. Stand with both hands extending over. Make sure we have a slight bend in the knees here. And when you're ready, bring those legs close to you. Draw them up next to your chest. Use your hands to lift yourself up off the ground, and we'll come into mountain. Inhale those arms up over your head and ground your feet. Become really present with the fact that each of your feet has 4 points. Distribute your weight evenly. Strong and powerful arms, parallel to the ears. Shoulders down, gaze lifted. From here, imagine you have a beach ball in between your hands. As we hinge from our torso upward, going in a circular motion, one direction, grip onto that beach ball and slowly move towards the right, going counterclockwise. I can hear all the cracks in my spine right now. You should feel some heat building in your strong arms. Don't forget those inhalations and exhalations as we pivot and reverse into the opposite direction. Make sure you have a slight bend in your legs. Stiff legs will elevate your blood pressure. Now make sure we're not too straight. Feel that flexibility and movement in your body. Feel the energy flow throughout. All right, from here, we'll go ahead and come into our first sun salutation of the day. So we'll go into a slight back bend, cactusing the arms. And inhale, swan dive down towards your toes. Walk those arms out into plank. Take a breath here. And then we'll go through our vinyasa flow. Inhale, coming halfway down, knees, chest, chin, dropping to the ground. And then depending on your back, you can rise up on just your chest, or if you're ready for a full range of motion and want to get a full back extension, then you can go ahead and lift up into up dog. Take a nice deep breath here. No weight should be on the body, just on the tops of the toes and in the hands. Feel that movement and rise up to the right, lifting just our torsos and extending to either side. From here, plant the hands, curl the toes, and lift yourself up into down dog. Bringing hands on either side of your head, ears parallel to your arms again. And you can pedal your feet or walk your dog, or just hang out and do your breath. Here, raise up that right leg, three-legged dog, bend that leg, and bring it in between your hands. So you have one leg in between our hands, and when you're ready, windmill those arms up. Lost my stability there for a second. Windmill those arms up, coming into warrior two. The right leg is bent at 90 degrees. The back leg is facing the front wall at a 45-degree angle. Arms are straight, shoulders are down. You can gaze out onto your fingertips. From here, go ahead, bring the hands behind the back, and we'll come into humble warrior, lifting that bind in the hands and lowering the head forward towards your toes. Feel the stretch in your right thigh and in your arms. And when you're ready, come back up. And we'll reverse that warrior, bringing the back leg to the back calf and lifting your right arm up and over your head, reaching behind. Go ahead and bring those arms back forward. And from here, we'll straighten both legs and allow them both to point forward. Go ahead and bring your hands behind your back one more time, and we'll slowly lower forward in an open leg forward fold. See how far you can bring your hands up over your head And as a modification, if this is a little bit too strenuous on your body, you can just place your hands on your hips and just feel the effect on your legs as each limb lengthens. Take one more deep breath here. And from here, we'll bring this cupping motion of our hands forward. Cup your hands in front of you and bend that right leg, extending that left leg and feeling a full-bodied stretch. And on your next inhalation, hinge to the opposite side, now bending the left leg forward and extending the right. Cupping those hands for support in sunflower. And at your own leisure, you can move and switch side to side, keeping that bend in either leg as long as it feels comfortable for you. I hope you guys can't hear all my bones cracking. I'm a little embarrassed. When you're ready, we'll come back and meet in the center. And walk those arms forward to the left-hand side. We'll go ahead and drop that back right leg, coming back to the position that we began in. When you're ready, we'll lift that back or that front leg back to the back, come back to our plank position, and run through our vinyasa flow one more time. Inhaling halfway down, rising up into up dog. Plant the hands, curl the toes, back into down dog. And from here, walk the hands towards the feet. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come back down into your forward fold. Inhale those arms slowly back up. Give yourself a little break. We built some heat. And now we're ready to do it again on the opposite side. So when you're ready, go ahead. Mini back bend, cactus the arms, bringing them down to the ears. Inhale, swan dive down towards the toes and walk those hands out into plank. From here, we'll run through our vinyasa flow, coming up to the toes, distributing our weight as we come down halfway and rise up into up dog. Nice deep breath here. And then exhale, coming into your down dog. Plant the heels. Focus on straightening your back. And now we'll raise the left leg, three-legged dog. Give that leg a good bend. And sail your leg forward and through so that it's rested in between the safety of both of your hands. Windmill those arms up to warrior two on the opposite side with a bend in your right foot, extending your left leg with your foot at a 45-degree angle. Raising up those arms, gazing out over the fingertips. Lift your shoulders, open your chest, and breathe. From here, we'll go ahead and bring our hands behind our back again. Open up your chest and bring it down and forward in humble warrior towards your bent foot. Feel the tension that arises. Make sure that your knee is not passing your toes. When you're ready, come back up. We'll reverse the warrior, bringing that back leg to make contact with the back arm and reaching up and over our left. All right, inhale those arms back up. We'll shift our feet to both be pointing forward. Bring the arms once again behind you in a bind and bend forward. Straighten the spine, lift the head, and bend your arms as much as your body will allow you to. Take a deep breath here as we rotate the arms to come forward and cup them in sunflower, bending in the left leg and extending the right, and shifting to the opposite side. And going back and forth, whatever pace feels comfortable for your body. One last time. From here, we'll come back forward again. See if you can get a little bit deeper with your stretch. Maybe make contact with the ground if you're able to. And then walk those hands back forward so that there's a foot in between them. Lift and lengthen that back left leg and push off back into our plank. From here, we'll run through our vinyasa flow and meet in down dog. Take 5 breaths here. An option here to walk your dog, bringing your heels up and down, lifting them off the earth and grounding them again. Or just remain static and focus on your breath. Deepening that stretch, lengthening your back. Last breath here. We'll go ahead and walk our hands back to our toes. Rest here in forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows here and ragdoll. If you feel like you want to get a little bit more challenging with your stretch and go a little deeper, bring your hands underneath your feet. Make sure to round your back and your spine. Give a slight bend in the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, lift those arms back up into mountain, over your head. When you're ready, float those arms back to either side. And from here, we'll give our body a little bit of a break, pedal out your feet, and let's do some head rotations, allowing your ear to make contact with your shoulder, and hold. And now slowly move that head all the way around, exercising its full mobility to until it meets back at that same shoulder. And then we'll go to the opposite side. Bringing your chin to make contact with your chest, allowing your head to hang all the way back. Go ahead and gaze at the armpit with our chin. Feel that release. And when you're ready, rainbow that chin to the other side. Allow your ear to make contact with your right shoulder this time. We'll go ahead and do one giant rotation, one direction. Inhaling and exhaling, and then reverse all the way around to the opposite side. When you're ready, go ahead and bring your feet closer together. Let the big toes touch and allow about a thumbprint in between your heels. Your next inhale, go ahead and raise those arms up so that they're parallel to the ears. Create a bend in your knees, coming down into chair pose. Breathe and sink a little bit deeper. Challenge your body. Make sure that you can still see and lift all 10 of your toes. Have awareness here of your breath, your arms, your activated core. Bring those hands together and down into prayer. And we'll start first by going over to the left side, allowing your right tricep to rest on your left leg. Open up those arms. Nice big extension. Keep that pose, hold strong. Go ahead and bring those hands back together. We'll come into prayer in the center and then come to our right side this time. Opening up those arms. From here, we'll come back to center again. Go ahead and bring the arms behind you, allowing them to come parallel to your bottom. And lift the heels off the ground in bird, extending your spine, straightening your back, lifting your head, and allowing the weight of your body to rest completely on your toes and the balls of your feet. And release. Go ahead and extend those legs. Come into a forward fold. And from here, we'll heel toe our feet, opening them up so that they are just past our hands. Lower down your bottom and allow your triceps to engage again, this time with your legs. So we're opening up into a Mansi squat. Awesome hip opener. Now hands together in prayer. If you want to increase your rotation and your flexibility, you can pivot from side to side. Or you can go up and down. You can rotate in a circle. Just make sure that you're pushing those elbows up against the inside of your knee and opening up the hips. A nice stretch. From here, go ahead and bring those hands back down again and release, opening and straightening your legs, extending one more time. Bring the arms up, lift and lengthen and mountain. Bring those toes, big toes back together to touch. heels with only a thumbprint in between them, and sink one more time down into chair. Strong and lifted. Raise those arms. Bring the palms of your hands together. Float them back to center. And again, open to one side. Breathing deeply and sinking lower with every breath. Palms back together in center. And shift your weight to the opposite side, opening up those arms again. Bring the hands together and back one more time as we come into bird. Lifting up the heels. Coming onto just the tips of your toes. And if you have trouble with balance, one trick is to find an unmoving spot in the room and just fixate all of your attention onto it. Activate that core, lengthen and extend the spine, lift the head. And on an exhalation, come down, bring those hands forward and heel toe to open up your legs. And again, meet in a Mansi squat. Take a nice deep breath here. Extend the spine. Loosen the shoulders. Make sure you shrug them down. There's no tension. With every inhalation, lift and lengthen the spine. And with every exhalation, push those elbows out farther, opening up your legs even more. Go ahead and pivot from side to side, forward and back. From here, go ahead and allow your hands to come behind your back and help you to anchor yourself as you bring your bottom down to the ground. Extend those legs, shake them out a little bit. And inhale the arms up. And exhale, slowly coming down towards our toes, rounding the spine, bending the knees. And see if you can get any more forward this time than you could in the beginning of class. Allow your hands to make contact with your body and slowly bring your hands to make contact with your ankles, your shins, your knees. Ground yourself in the presence of the thing that makes you work. Be productive, love, and feel every single day. Up to the hips. We'll raise those hands one more time. Inhaling to stretch and lift and lengthen. Exhaling to come forward and fold one more time. Reach. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. And bring those arms back again towards your body, slowly grazing. Giving gratitude for kneecaps and bones and shins all being in the places that they're supposed to be without you ever even having to ask. Bring those shoulders down, lift that chest up. And one last time, we'll inhale and fold. Bring those arms back up to make contact with your body. Wash over with self-love and presence and gratitude. From here, we'll go ahead and extend just the right arm, bringing the left hand firmly down and planted. Go ahead and do a nice side body stretch over to the right side. Rainbow that arm back down and bring the left arm up and over. Side body stretch. Inhale, rise and release. From here, we'll come back to where we started at the beginning of class. Seated position in whatever way feels most comfortable for your body. We'll go ahead and end with a mudra, which works on uninhibiting the inner spirit and the energy nodes in your body that make up your chakras. So go ahead and bring your hands together with your right thumb up and your left thumb pointed down. Clasp those hands together and pull them apart at the knuckles. Bring your shoulders down. Lift those arms. Have awareness in your core. And a straight line of energy should be going from deep into the ground, channeling through you, expanding at your heart, and extending up into the heavens. And again, I'll bring you back to that 3-part breath. Inhaling deep at the bottom of your belly, collecting that breath and allowing it to rise up to your rib cage. Holding that breath at your heart and letting go of all the toxins that you might be carrying inside with your exhalation. Inhale bright and new and clean air. Allow it to fill you up, your heart, to your rib cage, and gather it all down in your belly. This motion is activating the heart and removing any obstacles. It facilitates positivity and courage, and it helps to enlighten and awaken the heart. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, go ahead and bring those arms back down. One last breath in, and remember that intention. Whatever you have going on in your life, you decided to dedicate 40 minutes to the practice of being present with yourself, of honoring your body, of taking care of who you are and who you want to be, and practicing gratitude. And I'm really honored that you guys chose to do that with me today. So thank you. And that's the end of class.
Thank you, Muryem. That was awesome. I really feel like I channeled something. Lots of clapping. Thank you, everybody. I just really appreciate everybody coming to Illinois Squash Sundays. Next week, we're changing it. We're going to do a little bit more of a core circuit. So feel free to check that out. And then we'll be back to yoga following after that. So you can check it out on YouTube or come to live classes.